Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net and it's Thursday the 28th of January. Thanks again for watching. If you do want us to send you an email when this forecast is updated, just send a blank email to this address, which is generalweather-subscribe at weatherweb.net, and we'll add you onto our list. Don't worry, no spam or anything like that, but we'll just tell you when the videos are updated. Now, been a busy 24 hours here at the Weather Centre, busy telling clients, our private clients, about the wind that's coming up, also about the risk of some snow as well, and then the prospects for cooler weather next week. And we're still going for this idea of cold weather in the middle of February. So if I covered everything during this look ahead video, I think we'd be here for the best part of an hour. So I'm going to whiz through the most important aspects of it right now, and just cover the cooler middle part of February by saying not much change on what we've been saying over the last few days. You know, we've gone with this idea of perhaps looking for some cooler weather coming in between the 10th and the 12th of February. That's still the case, and still watching that middle part of February for a hit of proper winter cold weather. Now, Storm Gertrude, that's enough to frighten the living daylights out of you, isn't it? Has finally been named by the UK Met Office. And this is the water vapour image from midday today. Let's see, is it midday? Yes, it's midday today. And what it shows quite nicely is this plume of moist air here in the Atlantic towards the west of the UK. That's Gertrude in there. And if we just look at the more usual satellite picture, that's how things were looking at midday today. Here's the storm, the cloud associated with the storm system, the jet stream over the top of it like that. A beautiful example actually of the dynamics of the atmosphere in play here. This is the storm head that we're really interested in just up here. The area of low pressure is going to be centered underneath here, and it is going to be deepening as it heads towards the British Isles. So a beautiful satellite picture there, one that I couldn't resist showing you. And this one also picks out quite nicely the cold air here behind Gertrude coming in from the northwesterly, and the warm tropical air to the south of Gertrude here feeding up north. And it's basically the combination of those two that are deepening off that jet. Being picked up quite nicely actually by the models. They've done pretty well on predicting this one. Now just watch what happens. This is the chart for the position of Gertrude at midday today. There she is, centered out towards the west of the UK. Now if I just leave the X on there, we can actually track the progress as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours. Look, there's Gertrude deepening off. You'll notice 952 millibars by the time we're getting towards the middle part of Friday, having been this afternoon started off life at around a 982. So we're certainly losing a lot of pressure in 24 hours. That's a 30 millibar deepening in just 24 hours. I'm right there. Let me just check my maths. Yes. In the next 24 hours. So certainly things are afoot there. And then you see Gertrude eventually ending up here across Scandinavia. That's hardly surprising because she's in the left exit region of the jet stream. So centered up here, this is the 500 millibar. Here's the cold air coming into the back. Here's the warmer air up at the southern edge of it. And you notice there how close together the isotherms are, strengthening the jet stream through here. So Gertrude's in here, left exit region, well-known region for explosive cyclogenesis, and you'll watch what happens as the jet moves on. There it is by midday tomorrow. Here's Gertrude by then in there, and there is that strong jet on the south. So all the elements are in place for that system to deepen rapidly as we go through. Well, actually, it's going to be the next 12 hours that most of that deepening takes place. Now, if we just go back a few slides, you notice how strong the winds become as we head into tonight. Here we go into 3 o'clock in the morning. There's 6 o'clock in the morning. Severe gales by then across Scotland, northern England, much of Northern Ireland. I think we're looking at gusts of sort of 80 miles an hour plus. It's important to stress that, yeah, this is a deep winter storm, but it's nothing unusual. It's a normal Atlantic winter storm system that's going to be coming through us. And as the cold front moves through, which by 9 o'clock in the morning is through there, moving in a southeasterly direction, so we get the colder air coming in behind. And you can trace back here, look, the isobars all the way back to the west of Greenland coming in here. So no wonder those showers are going to be turning wintry across Scotland, Northern England and across Northern Ireland. Now, that's also going to be bringing in colder air, and we're going to be seeing the 850 temperatures dropping away, which increases the risk of snow. So this is the predicted snowfall by the close of play on Friday, just bits across the western parts of Scotland. But then notice what happens through the night on Saturday. The snow drifting further south, getting down to lower levels. And then during Saturday itself, we're finding snow showers across much of Scotland, across Northern England, across Northern Ireland, across the hills of North Wales as well. And by then, the -5 is kind of through that sort of area. And what do you know? Look, the southern extent of the snow showers ties in quite nicely with that -5 contour. And then the snow basically stays with us overnight to Sunday. Doesn't really add much to accumulations, apart from in the far west of Scotland, where we've got quite a bit of snow that tries to fall through the course of Saturday night into Sunday morning. So we've got snow on its way associated with Gertrude. She's going to be bringing basically heavy rain, strong winds, gale force winds, some pretty rough seas there as well as snow. See, I told you there was a lot going on. Now, let's just skip forward into next week, because I wanted to show you these charts as well. This is the ECMWF prediction. So this is the, I think this was the 192 hour that this is showing us just at the moment. So this is the forecast for next Friday. And what this one shows us is the low pressure centred out towards the west of Ireland. And just notice what happens, look. There we are for Saturday, low pressure centred close to Ireland, but then look at this. It moves eastwards across central parts of Wales, into the Midlands, into southeast England as well, and it pulls in this northerly flow. So we've got cold air tied in with that, according to the ECMWF. So it's going with the idea of that area of low pressure by the end of next week, trying to get in across Ireland and then across the southern part of the UK. Now, that's got rain associated with it on its southern side here, but on its northern edge, as it gets into the cooler air, which is coming down associated with this low here, increasingly shows signs of that potentially turning to snow. Now, what I don't want you to do is to run away with the idea that I'm predicting the blizzard for the end of next week. I certainly wouldn't be doing that yet. I know that you're sensible enough for me to be able to talk about snow during this look ahead without you thinking kind of 6 foot of snow, oh great, all the schools are going to be closed, here we go building a snowman. No, this is a technical discussion about what could happen with the weather. So it does look as if we could get this possibility of some snow by the end of next week. Now, the ECMWF is also backed up by the GEM. This is Canadian GEM. This again is the forecast for Friday. There we are for Saturday, and there we are then going into Sunday. So again, you see that it tries to bring in that cold northerly flow. So it also backs up the idea of this cold northwesterly flow of the UK basically entering the chilly unit for a wee while. And what's interesting with this one is that it tries to build a ridge out here, develops a low in here, look. But what would happen here is that with this cold air coming in, that looks to me to be a kind of breakthrough of cold air potentially coming down southeastwards across the country. See what I mean about the idea of the kind of between the 10th and the 12th as a breakthrough of proper cold air getting in? That risk is there. Now, the Canadian isn't showing the chance of snow particularly through next weekend, certainly not to the same extent as the ECMWF is showing it, but it is showing the hint of a colder snap trying to develop and get in across the UK. That's something we're going to have to watch, because it could be that if there is something at the end of next week, that's just the harbinger to the main event which takes place during the week after. So plenty to be watching then over the coming days, and of course we'll keep you updated throughout here at weatherweb.net. I told you I could just have gone on forever with this one. Right, whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining and